Instagram. It's been a little while, but y'all know how we need to begin. And I'm about to drop it because I got Londrell happening. Y'all vibe with me for the moment. All right? Wait for the beat. Wait for the beat. I started too early, but that's okay. Here we go. Say what? All praises to the Most High. Come on. I've been raising my vibration. Yoga meditation. We ain't sticking to no basics. This is my favorite part, y'all. Writing all these verses, reversing all the curses, walking in my purpose, doing it on purpose. Come on. So take me high. All praises to the Most High. Yes, chicken dumplings. Happy Thursday up in here. I trust that you are well. Hello, Silver Willow Witch. How you doing? Hey, Joe. I see you in the audience. Chicken dumpling. I'm super excited because I get to bring a beautiful soul, part of the community on here, the lovely Joanna. And I'm excited tonight because, we're going to be talking about something super special that went down approximately 2 years ago. Oh, my God. Joe is not a stranger to this platform, y'all. So, but I'm going to bring on here because y'all may not know Joe. She's the founder of Joe Gong Free. She's an amazing soul. She's a gong master out here. And then we got a special surprise. I just found out about it like 90 minutes ago. So I see Joe here. We're going to get this party started because I don't know how long we're going to be in this party. But I trust that you beautiful people will take away some amazingness. So let me get Joe in here with me to vibe. All right, hit this button, y'all.
Hello.
Hello, gorgeous. How are you?
I'm very good. How are you?
Good. Let me pause this because it's still going, and I start vibing to Andrell. Oh my God, I haven't seen your beautiful face in so long. It feels like it's been too long, Joe.
Oh. Well, I saw you dancing the other day. You looked amazing, and I love your hair. You've done
Thank
something
you.
beautiful. I
Thank
love the
you.
color.
Thank you. I usually have my little gray patch, but I couldn't even find the hair. I like to be transparent. I couldn't find it. I was like, you know what, we're gonna go with this. This.
I really like it. It looks
Thank you.
beautiful.
Thank you. Oh, I love you. Thank you so much. And thank you so much for coming back onto the platform. I'm so excited. I'm always excited when I have you on because we always have a beautiful, good time on here. And our lips are popping. We got the same color going here.
I know. I was thinking I'll match you today.
You
See, what
felt it
should I
in the
do?
You
And
felt it.
I just wanted to say, if you guys who just commented, we love you, you have to send a request, right? You know that. You just need
Absolutely.
to send request to join video. Sending
Oh,
lots of love.
oh yeah, just wait a minute. Let me look in the
They
audience.
just commented, can you invite them? Because they want to join quickly.
Okay, excellent. Okay, well, let's get it started.
Let's
Okay,
get them
let me
on.
see if I've never actually they have to press the button. I don't even see it. Um, yeah, it's not showing up. Am I
Oh,
in
it's showing
my
up in my one. I think
Let me
maybe
hold on 1 second.
maybe
Oh,
they
I see it.
comment.
I see it, darling. I see it. I see it. I pressed the button.
We have a
Yay.
very special cameo.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. I did press the button, so in probably 2 seconds. Yes!
We're trying this out. We're trying this out. This is our
Hello.
first time.
Hello,
Hello.
beautiful people. We love you.
We love you.
Huh?
Oh my God. I'm going to cry. Oh my God, I'm
It's
emotional.
so good to see you guys.
You too. Wow. I was in commute and then I got a message from Joe and I was like, really? They're gonna join? I'm so excited. How amazing is this moment? It's Virgo love, Dawn. It's Virgo love, the both of you. I'm
Virgo
like,
love.
definitely. Wow. Okay.
Well, this is
My
our
cheeks.
inaugural doing this. We've never done this before. So what a wonderful experience to do it with you.
Oh my God. See, I knew I was tearing up for a reason. Lord, I keep it authentic.
I was just saying that yesterday I got this beautiful raw citrine, and it works. It works.
We got that beautiful raw citrine crystal, and she manifested us jumping on this call with them.
Wow.
It
Wow.
delivered immediately.
Wow. Talk about the
Thank you.
power of manifestation and synchronicity. Oh my God. Well, we're going to have to start. I never had three of us into a whole together from different.
We've actually got to go teach in a little bit, but we just wanted to jump in, say much love, and just sending it to you guys. Much love.
Well, before you go, because
Yes.
just because people will catch the beginning of this, I just need them to understand how special this is. Okay, like people don't understand how special this is and why I'm tearing up. If you can just please just highlight a few words of, yeah, just oh my God, I'm lost for words. Why did you do this to me? Oh
That never happens to Tiik. What's going on? What have you done, guys? It's all your fault.
I know I'm not the one that loses words, but
Wait,
my
can I tell you what this means? I'm going to tell you what this means. We're going to go back in time 2 years. Inhale deep. Smile. Exhale all the air out. You remember that from your mem, baby. Inhale deep. Smile, pull up, apply that mula band. Exhale all the air out. Last time. Inhale deep. Smile. Exhale all the air out. We love you. And I want to just let you know that what I just rang, that bell, it is a recycled implement of war from Don's collection from the 80s. I'm going to show it to you guys.
Yes. Wow. Wow. What a beautiful moment.
Some people have fireplaces with real fire. I have a Buddha bell.
Yeah.
Aww.
Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Oh, my heart is full. You guys do not know how much you've made my heart so full today. What a surprise. Thank you for embracing us with your presence and just sharing this moment with Joe and I. It is truly special, and definitely it will never be forgotten. And I'll be in LA soon, so I have to come and hug you.
Oh, absolutely. If you don't, karma, baby. You're coming, you're hugging. I'm going to serve you some tea in the garden. And until we meet again, lovely sisters.
Love you so much.
We
Thank
love you. We cherish you. Have a lovely day.
The funniest thing is I don't know how to end this.
Okay, wait. So at the top
I had
of the
shivers
screen,
all over.
at the top of the screen, there's an X, and you can just click that, and then they're gone. She figured it out.
They had business too. They just came back from Texas, where they were teaching for 5 days, and they were on the way out, and they just wanted to, send their blessings and love and
How
put a
amazing
stamp of approval.
Joe, like just take a moment. Like, how amazing is that, right? My heart's really full because it's so funny. Before I actually seen your message, and I'm gonna have to rewind so that we can do introductions. But when I first seen your message, I was like, oh yeah, of course. To brace the beginning of our conversation, to have Don, who's pioneered so much, and then his daughter showing up, to who I just adore the both of them. It was just like energy connection from the beginning. But I'm just like my inner child is completely out. We got to keep it authentic. I'm like, I didn't, Joe, that was good.
Well, the whole reason why we're meeting is because we created this project, which,
Exactly.
is to honor Don and Yaelle, and they
Wow.
participated in it from beginning to end. And the
Yes.
whole idea was to make people aware and to make sound therapy mainstream at the time, because Don is 92 years old. He was considering retiring. That was the idea. So that was supposed to be like a beautiful little film, which is called Journey into Gongs and Sound Therapy
Journey
with
into
Don
gongs and
Conreaux.
sound. But wait. Let me pull it back because I'm starting to come ground a bit. First, for the people who've never met you, Joe,
Yes.
I want you to just name who you are, your business, and what
Mhm.
was the download that led to this film, and then we'll jump into the film.
Mm. Wow. So I was always into this esoteric and the holistic and, social sciences, child psychology, doulas, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And years ago, I got introduced to sound therapy in a little bit toxic way through some not very nice man who was not the good type of spiritual.
I heard.
But everything happens for a reason, and sometimes we get initiated
Mm-hmm.
and something if you know about hermetic laws and universal laws. I
Mm-hmm.
actually have this is a print which is very meaningful to me. It's called Elohim Creates Adam by William Blake,
Mm-hmm.
and it's our soul chooses to be here. And sometimes on our journey we have initiations, just like shamans have initiations. We sometimes meet people who pull us
Yeah.
into certain situations. So I was introduced into gongs, got involved very passionately in a relationship and gongs at the
Mm-hmm.
same time.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a huge heartbreak, and it's not a very nice situation, but
It
that
served
kind
its
of
purpose. Yeah.
made me even more kind of passionate about this. And it became I already told you about this before we spoke about this, but it's an addiction. I keep on researching. It's connected into the universal laws, into the frequency, into the esoteric. And now, thankfully, the more we are therapists, the more we discover actual medical proofs more and more at the moment that frequency actually genuinely helps you physically, mentally. And I have been doing a lot of research. So the way I teach people how to facilitate,
Mm-hmm.
and I do a lot of my own research. The person who we just met is the father of gongs, Don Conreaux, the person who did the first gong buffs in California,
Mm-hmm.
came up with the word gong buff, came
Yeah.
up with the word gong master. He is the core. So this is why it's so important.
And that's why my inner child came out for people that's just joining us. And I got super
He's a legend.
excited because it's actually amazing to have Don, who's 92 years old, still out there being amazing in the world with his daughter Yaelle, and to join us as we begin to embark on a journey that, you created. I'm just full of
Mhm.
love and joy, Joe. Like, it's
Well,
just
we
amazing.
created it jointly. It's very
Mm-hmm.
important to mention that there was a team of women,
Mm-hmm.
extremely talented women. So I'll go back to
Yeah.
myself in a second, but I have to mention those names. So the directors, Deshi Kunsa
Mm-hmm.
and Bui sisters, they are national treasures of
Yeah.
Poland. They are
Yeah.
half Vietnamese, half Polish.
Mm-hmm.
Deshi was adopted from Tibet. So they are a kind of Euro-Asian mix,
Mm-hmm.
and they're super famous, successful in Poland. And then we had Laboratorium Pieśni, which is a band of 7 women who have, I think, about 20 million views on one of their videos. They're huge. They
Mm-hmm.
huge.
Mm-hmm.
We had Wachlarze Bojowe Łofan. So we had extremely celebs. Not that we are into celebs, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
We had a very powerful team of women
Mm-hmm.
that were creating this whole situation that we partook with, and I ended up funding it and producing it
Mm-hmm.
unexpectedly. so so I was given, just like Dawn was given the hukum of getting 118 Kriya teachers by Yogi Bhajan, and spreading gong at the end of the 60s in America. I got the hukum to finish a project
Yeah.
and turn bad into good.
Well,
You know.
absolutely. You know what though, Joe? I would like to say because people go on different journeys,
Yeah.
and all of the experiences. To me, every experience that we have, is just that. It's an experience that opens up some sort of door. One door closes, another one opens. But it teaches us so much. So
Mm,
through that experience that you've had, though, it allowed you to keep going. It's something that was already cooking inside of you. And it's so
mm,
amazing because, I remember the first time I met you and we were at the yoga
I'm
show.
here to show, yeah.
Yeah, so many years back. And so I just knew, I was drawn to go to the retreat.
You knew you wanted to be there. You
It was
felt
in
you
here.
had to. Yeah. And you're
Yeah.
the man. And
So
we're sisters and we love each other.
exactly.
Mm,
And this connection, and this is the synchronicity of it all, and one
mm,
thing leading to the next. And I'm grateful that the project commenced itself, and
mm,
and and you obviously you identified all the other beautiful souls that was behind the scenes and supported the birth of it because
mm,
for me, being present during that time and as a participant, being able to connect even
mm,
further with the other, it was an absolutely magnificent
mm.
opportunity to be at the retreat, but also connect with other beautiful souls that came from around the world. Because at the time, I had believed that was going to be Dawn's last sort of
That's what
major
we
event.
all thought, yes. That's
Yeah,
how
yeah.
the project happened. We thought that Don was retiring and it was in homage to Don.
Hmm.
Don at the time was passing on, leaving his legacy and passing on his mallet to his daughter, Yaelle,
Yeah, yeah.
who he chose to be the next in line.
Hmm.
And, we thought that was it. And then a few months later, he was saying that he's back already. But you know what? When he stayed here a few times. We spent time because we've collaborated on a number of occasions. But there was this one particular week he stayed in this flat, and he had more energy than I. Yeah, he had his little thing, his little suitcase. And, I remember one time we had this concert in Knightsbridge. I think we came back around midnight. We had about a full house in this big church. And we came back. And then 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, he was traveling to some monastery in France. And he was just like, like a guy on tour, one city to the next, no,
Hmm.
I was just like, I'm so exhausted. It's, you know,
Put you in
and
the
he
shed, all
does.
that good energy.
There is no stopping him. So I
Mhm.
think, I think when Don says I'm going to take it easy this year, it's, the likelihood of that happening really is very, very thin.
Well, you know
So
what?
thank God.
He's my fellow Virgo, and we got energy, so
Yeah,
so
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
not surprised at what
yeah,
you're saying for sure.
yeah,
Wow, what an amazing
yeah.
opportunity and experiences.
I think the idea of that film was to introduce people who do not know about sound therapy into sound therapy and into Dawn, because there
Mhm.
wasn't anything. There's a lot of videos of people selling mallets or
Yes,
people
yes.
explaining, trying to sell gongs
Mhm.
or, a few techniques. But overall, there is nothing, there is bits from the 80s, but there
Mhm.
was nothing like a movie or like
Yeah.
something, you know and the idea was
Mhm.
to have something that is easy enough, not too long, so that people don't get bored,
Right.
that entices people,
Mhm.
introduces people
Mhm.
to sound therapy, encourages, because really my passion is so that there is a sound therapy every corner, just like yoga.
Exactly.
That's what
Exactly.
I would like to achieve
Yes.
or help
Yeah.
achieve. God consciousness, spreading the knowledge, encouraging people. People feel so much better after a
They
session.
they do. They really, really do. I run sessions in South London. I know you run sessions over in North London. I go different places, and the feedback is the same because
Mm,
sometimes people don't even understand what it is they're feeling, but they just know that something is resonating inside of them. It's actually beautiful to witness, being the practitioner, but also to see how people
yeah,
look after the sessions and so forth and
yeah.
so on.
I
So
had this woman who didn't tell me my last session in the Shaolin Temple. She had one of those Apple watches that, measures things and tells you things.
yeah.
She
I
didn't
know.
tell me, I didn't know, but she
Mhm.
texted me the next day and she said, my watch told me I had the best sleep 8 hours and whatever, eight or something. And the
Okay.
watch now recommends I have gong buffs weekly. So she had like a, technical confirmation that it
Yeah,
was good for her. And I thought it was really funny that the watch told her, yes, this
absolutely.
was very good for you, and now we know that a body has to be between 62 and 70 hertz.
Come
If
on.
it's below, it's not good for you. And you simply receive frequency just like you receive vitamin D from the sun or hydration from drinking water.
Yeah,
You need it. It's good for you. You should have it once a week at the least.
at
Just
the
like you need
least.
to drink a liter of water daily because we are born with 75% water.
Exactly.
Then a lot of the time we have about 65 and we need to hydrate. So it's the same thing. People get to gong buffs, get
Get to
going.
gong baths. Yes, we are definitely promoting 110%. So the going to the short film,
Yes.
people, some good news, great news actually, because before I travel, I just got back. So I'm like just like less than 48 hours ago. But before I left, I think a couple of weeks before I left, all the video was almost at 1 million views, and now it's over a
It's
million views, isn't it?
million and a quarter.
Wow.
So we average 100,000 views per week. So in 12 weeks is 12, one and a quarter, which is very unusual for a short film,
Mhm.
especially for such a niche
Right.
subject of holistic therapy. So it basically went completely viral.
Yeah.
I think there's over 7,000 likes. So
And you
it's
know what,
it's
Joe? That's excellent because the intention behind creating the film, which was raise more awareness, look what it's done.
correct,
It's
correct,
done that,
correct.
you know?
Exactly this. And I really encourage everyone because one of the things that is very important, actually, I wanted to mention it, why we did the movie, to introduce people to sound therapy, to
Mhm.
introduce people to Don, who didn't know about Don, because he's a legend, but it is niche.
Mhm.
And, there's a lot of amazing books that he wrote that I
Absolutely.
recommend you guys read. Magnum Opus 1, 2, 3,
Mhm.
Music of Wholeness, Gongs of Our Solar System.
Mhm.
He wrote so many. He's a scholar. He's basically a
Yeah.
scholar. He's a scientist.
Mhm.
And in the last month, I had 3 people come to me. We encourage people going out, and getting gongs and doing sound therapy. Even if you start with a cheaper one, cheaper singing bowls, we don't care. Just start.
Get
But please, this is something that lots of elders get very angry about. Some even get angry with me that I haven't been teaching for 20 years, and they want people to be very, very established, experienced. um, it's important you find a good teacher
absolutely.
because I have so many people coming to me telling me I've just spent £2,000. I come back, I have no idea what I'm doing. I
Mhm.
was told this, I was told that. I'm not going to be giving any names because
Yeah.
we do not comment badly on others. But
Mhm.
there were some very, very bizarre techniques. If you can't learn from the best, like Don, there is also Sheila Whitaker, there is Mike Tamburos, there are some big names. There is me, of course. But please be careful. Don't get sold on the very bizarre descriptions of marketing things.
Mhm.
Really, really do your job properly, because the most important thing is that you get out there, you understand the gong, you know how to communicate with the gong. Don't do this whole
Absolutely.
thing of playing intuitively. Yes, it's beautiful if you know the basics,
Mhm.
but a gong responds in a different way that most instruments. It doesn't play on notes.
Mhm.
It sings out. It has a soul. It's
As a
sacred.
soul. You connect to the gong. I want you to take a moment though, because we're talking about the soul of the gong, and I'm not
Mhm.
sitting upstairs where my gongs are, because it's
Mhm.
where I needed to be in the light. But I did think about trying to position myself. But anyway, I digress. The gongs that you have behind, when we talk about the soul and connecting to the gong, because it is very important that that connection.
Yeah.
It's the energy
Yes.
exchange. It holds its own vibration. And that
Yes.
and so if you can just talk to the people about, you mean, from, because you are a master teacher, so explaining what that means in relation to connecting to the gong, understanding that it has
Mhm.
that soul, and
Mhm.
how maybe how people can connect to the gong for those who don't know or really understand that.
So there's different schools. There's obviously the basics. There is the school of Don Conreaux and how he teaches. Then there's other teachers have different. So, for example, Sheila Whitaker has different. She's a student of Don. Most people are actually students of
I was
Don.
gonna say.
He was the first. But a lot of the time, people then develop their own techniques and add things and change things. But the way we learn from Don is that you connect with the gong by toning the vocal mantra. So toning the vocal mantra, you come up to the gong, and he likes to do it with a shruti. So you bring a little shruti, which is I'll show you this thing. He likes to do overtoning. And Don is very particular. And if Yaelle and Don are still watching, you're welcome to tell me off if I'm saying something incorrectly. But I try to be
But
very.
we're gonna trust the process. You got this.
I try to be very, very respectful, of my elders. There's Don, then there's Mike, Mike Tamura is a year younger than me, but he's an elder in the sense of his experience, and they love each other, Mike and Don. Mike is like a younger version of Don, and he plays more like with. More like an instrument. He plays the gong more like an instrument. Then, of course, you have Bila Flumies as well. There's lots of people, but Don likes to take the shruti, and he likes to come in front of the gong before you start your session, and he likes overtones. So overtones is when you rolling your tongue and you're making those those kind of sounds. So you can do overtones with the shruti, or you can just sing to your gong, you can sing a mantra, or you can even do it internally. The thing is that you have a certain frequency, and when you stand in front of the gong, that frequency echoes. Your gong will respond to your intent, your frequency, the temperature, the humidity. Every gong will play completely differently with every person. And different, gongs, for example, can wake up. If there's a gong that hasn't started playing, and you take it to an all-night gong puja, and he gets to be played by many people, he can open up, he can start playing differently. I have this beautiful Ganesh here, a student, a friend of mine now, Charlie. She came here ages ago, and she fell in love with a gong, but she liked the design of another gong more. But the gong that she liked the design of didn't play as well as the other gong that she liked.
Right.
And then my neighbor, who's a gongster, she's 70 years old, and she's been
I
playing
love that. Gongster.
gongster. She came, Rachel. I love my neighbor. And I often get my students to play on her at the end, and she kind of judges. We're very close friends. When Rachel came, that gong suddenly woke up. It was as if it said, "Oh, hi, Rachel."
The energy connection. I love
Yeah.
that. Yes.
So yes, so toning the vocal mantra is how Don gets you to connect. That's what it's called in Don's book. Somebody else might call it someone else. Don always says, do something once and then do it 3 times, and each time do it differently. So learn the basic and then make it your own. There are certain rules about volume control and, how you how you're achieving resultant notes, and how you want to, like you can always recognize a young player who's inexperienced and they don't know what they're doing. They're playing. Just said, so good to see you. 2 beautiful glowing faces. Don and Yaelle are excited as well. We love you too, Yaelle. If you're still watching.
A private message, okay.
Yeah. Sorry. It just went on my screen. What am I going to say? Hold on, she got me confused.
No, it's okay. You were talking about young or people who
yes, that's what I want to say. Yeah. I know what I want to say. So you can always tell that somebody doesn't know what they're doing. They call it playing intuitively, because people who don't know what the hell they're doing, like it's not like a drum. It's not a drum
at all. But using that word, because being an empath and I play well, I learned how to play my Tibetan sound bowls by a descendant of a Tibetan monk. And
Yeah.
one of the things that Master Shri said to me back then when I was in Nepal was, become, well, basically he was saying become the bowl, become the energy. So in essence, like with the gong, if
Mm.
you talk about the heart and soul of the gong,
Yes.
it is in essence, it is an intuitive process of becoming the frequency, becoming one, merging
Yes.
together, but also understanding that there is a rhythm. There is an
Mm.
energy that you're picking up inside of the entire room when you are
Yes.
Dawn's techniques and or people becoming more experienced. For me, it's about understanding that you can't just play like one of my 100 centimeter gongs. You can't just go and play that. That would
Mm.
ruffle the feathers of the entire room. Like you can really disorient people. It's about really connecting with the essence, from my perspective, anyway,
Mm.
and then
Mm.
understanding that certain techniques, um, certain positions that we play is going
Mm.
to yield a different result. And also, just like my drum, I have a stag skin drum. I can't just
Mm.
go and play my drum. I have to talk to it. I
Mm. Mm.
have to ask it how is it doing today. I have to connect with it, and then there's a rhythm that sort of builds itself up. But equally, I can't just go and play anyone's gong either, because like you
Mm.
say, there is this connection that builds between the player and the gong because of that energy. It's very, very powerful, and
Mm.
it's been an experience for me. I fell in love with my gongs,
Mm.
and someone wrote in the chat is the gongs of their family. Absolutely, darling.
I mean, I'm sorry to say this, it sounds terrible, but there comes this point where you are with your gongs and you don't even want to date because it's just what they give you is so much more. It's just like
But
all
you
the
can get
love in the universe.
Yeah, you can get lost in it, Joe. You go, well, I'm saying upstairs, so that's where mine are. And you
Yeah.
play, and you just really, you're like, oh, an hour passed, 2 hours passed, and you just,
Yeah.
you're connected.
One of my students contacted me recently, and I don't know if Matteo is watching, but he was like, I have to play 3 hours a day. I think I'm going crazy. I
Wow.
said, no, it's okay. It's good. There's nothing wrong. The thing is, what you were saying about the sequence, I wanted to say something because, that's what I teach. Just like, I don't know if some of you who are watching are doing, like massage or reflexology or any holistic, there's always a sequence. It's not jazz. You start from your head, from your toe, then you go down the little toes, then you go, there's
Mhm,
certain, and you repeat it, and then you go to the areas of
mhm,
and then you go on the other foot. And it's the same thing with massage. You have to have a sequence. There
mhm,
needs to be, there are certain waves. I also compare it to making love. You want to have foreplay, kissing, culmination, little waves, and reaching ecstasy
mhm,
comes in waves, but it starts gently. You're not really going to reach that feeling of passionate making love and
mhm,
culmination in a lovely whatever you call it. Um, if you just like blah, 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 you know,
mhm.
you want
Exactly.
to you want love, you want sequence. It's not jazz. Jazz is beautiful, but it's not meant to be jazz. It's meant to be, in a certain rhythm and
Absolutely.
sometimes slower, smooth. And also remember, that Tiik, but some of our lovely audience might not. When you play the gong, you control people's heartbeat. So if you're too rough, you can give them a stroke. Come on, people, be gentle. Occasional crescendos.
Mhm. People don't know that, Joe, though. Do you understand what I mean? People don't
Yes,
know.
but that's why they need to come and
They
learn.
need to
They need
come to your school, Joe,
to
and get school.
or
See, I'm
your
not.
school if you decide to start teaching, come to someone who knows what they're doing. Come to someone. There's another thing. I'm so sorry to I just have to say that I know that there is lots of people who are like, no, a gong is just an instrument,
It's not just.
and we're just playing and there's nothing to it. And there are some people who are like, how can you call it sacred? If I go to a gong bath and the person is not connected spiritually or doesn't have an intent, it does this much for me.
Exactly. And you hit the nail on the head. I just 1000%. Let me just tell this quick story. So just was it? I think it was April. It was just last month. I was at a somatic dance convention, and I was playing the gong as part of, well, somatic gong set was what they were calling it. But what you just said is so powerful, because that is the message that came back to me. Because playing with heart, because you know me, I do everything with love, but playing with heart, connecting to my gong, connecting to my bowls that was there as well, everyone that came up to me and my team was saying just what you said about what they felt in their body, how they was able to go deeper, they felt the transformation. It's the rhythm of the energy that I was moving through. But and I play sometimes with my eyes closed, because I go so deep into it that
Mm,
it's like we've like become one, a bit like what I was saying about my bows. But it's the rhythm, but also, Joe, I pick up the energy from the room. And so what
mm,
you're talking about in terms of people that play, well, they just play in a certain way that can be, I call it distraction, or
mm,
be
mm,
a sound that can be quite annoying to the physical
mm,
vibration. And
mm,
it's important to know how to slow that down, or when something, you can feel, and you probably feel this, when there's like, you can feel energy that might feel a little bit more stagnant. And so you might then produce a sequence that can then support
mm.
the release of that.
And
And I,
also, sometimes you have people who don't understand that they're actually doing things. So they're doing things not believing the gong is doing anything. And then they're opening something completely different, without even understanding what they're opening. And I have been at a couple of situations like this. And, it's not that the person was not good or whatever, but, I saw like, pit holes and
Mhm.
voids and all sorts of things. And of course we're all protected, and we are our own healer, we connect with the gong. But just be careful who you go to and what their agenda and morals are. And this is again why the legacy of Don is so important, because Don is all about peace on earth, gong consciousness,
Mhm.
or connecting together, working together. So I remember the first time Don came here, Yael was like, "Oh, by the way, our friend is coming. Do you mind? She can just sleep on the sofa." And I was thinking, "Oh, okay." And then, "Oh, we have all those people joining and blah blah," and it's like a big party. And just now you're like, "Oh, I'm going to be in LA." She's like, "Oh yeah, come over. We're going to have tea." They're very much like that, and this speaks to me volumes, because you can have people like that, or
Mhm.
people who go, "No, I'm the guru.
Yeah.
Everybody works for me. I don't pay anyone. I'm gonna put my kimono, and be, special. This is, be special, love yourself,
But not
but
the
love other people. Love people. We are a community. The intent is much greater if we create it together, if we love each other, if we mean well. I want to support our other facilitators. Don't be jealous because there's a few more facilitators around. Be happy.
well,
It
that's
means it's going
enough
to
for all
become
of
more popular.
there's enough for all of us. But I think what I take away from what you're saying as well, and we both were saying it similar at the same time, is really about community. We're vibrating at a certain frequency, we're connecting, we're allowing ourselves to be able to give back into the world. And going back
Mm,
to the film, that is what exactly you and the other beautiful souls did when the
mm,
download, the vision came to create,
mm,
actually share
mm,
Don's life experience and how he's impacted so
mm,
many people. So
mm,
many people are products of Don's teaching. But I think the beauty of it is the message to
mm,
continue to build this community, Joe. And you
mm,
have your school. So
mm.
for those who don't
Oh
know,
yes, I didn't say what my school is. Sorry, I
yeah.
was promoting Don, and I'm very bad at promoting myself. So I'm called Gong Free,
Mhm.
and I teach, and I am accredited by the and showcased by the Complementary Medical Association, by the International Association of Therapists,
Mhm.
and by the International Guild of Therapists. So it's a proper accredited, very serious course. I take it very seriously.
As you
I
should.
myself have collaborated and trained with the top names in the world. I take teaching very, 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 very seriously. And I believe that I'm one of the most comprehensive, passionate, genuine people you can learn with. And when I teach with Kwali Kumra, we call it Gong Temple. Kwali is one of the original Kundalini masters. She has 33 serpents that she uses for healing, and she's one of the first people on the scene with a gong. So when, sometimes we work as Gong Temple as well. So I have to mention that and honor her and thank her as well, because she's my dear goddess sister. And we're going to be at the Elemental Temple Festival next month. So for summer solstice, spreading the gong. And is there anything else that I forgot? Oh, yes. And I do lots of charitable work. Dawn encourages people. But I feel a very strong humanitarian in me. If I could work for free, I would. Okay, completely. I do like senior gong baths for victims of domestic violence. And yeah, I'm just proud. I'm the gongster of the Shaolin Temple UK.
Yes, yes.
I think
And
that's it.
amazing. So I'm really beautiful. I'm really grateful that we connected and aligned when we did. And yeah, just beautiful, continued beautiful things on the scene. So I have a couple of questions for you,
Yes.
that I want you to share with the audience as well. So I'm going to put the link to the short film in the caption.
Yes. More views.
Uh,
20 million views.
so people
Yes.
can journey with
Journey into gongs and sound therapy with Don Conreaux. And of course, everybody, I don't know, did we say that you are starring in a big chunk of it?
I did not say anything
Yes.
because it
Yes.
me and other beautiful souls, but yes, I am definitely have my debut.
One of your many debuts.
It was an honor and a pleasure to be able to feedback and just provide some essence alongside the other amazing, beautiful souls that were there. But people can learn a bit more by taking a deeper dive into that short film. And Joe, what do you have coming up soon? So I know you have the school, but if people want to actually start their journey into what's the best way would you suggest for them to get in contact with you?
So I'm at the Mind Body Spirit Festival this Sunday at 10:30. I have a gong bath in the ceremony space in
Okay.
Kensington Olympia.
Mhm.
You can just contact me directly. I actually have open books for trainings for June and July. I'm going to be at the Elemental Temple Festival, which is going to be amazing for summer solstice. I am going to be at the Omega show, which I think you're going to be at as
Yeah,
well,
there too, yeah.
in October. What else am I doing?
So
Loads.
you're doing amazing things all the time. Are you having another retreat soon, darling?
No retreats at the moment. We are back with the Gong Temple October and December with Corley. I'm sure we have a puja on the 7th of November. We have an all-night Gong puja in Wood Green, in beautiful green rooms, which is just after, the Halloween. It's remembering our ancestors. It's going to be a very, very beautiful night. We had a very successful one for spring solstice. Oh, that's another thing I wanted to say. When you said we were talking about intent and that you get zero from things when people are not. Sorry, I'm sometimes neurospicy, so I have to go back.
It's all good.
uh, you know what? I just remembered, also you have to be very careful, even though we are a collective and we need to support each other, also be very careful who you collaborate with. Because sometimes if you collaborate with people who are, for example, pretending to be spiritual or just doing certain things, like a show, it can really affect your energy and they can start sucking out. I've had that. I was collaborating for a little bit with that, whatever. No names, no discussion. But anyway, it's
Well,
important that you align with beautiful people who
mhm.
are on the same frequency as you and support people, help people, but be mindful of your own energy and respect yourself and be prepared to have boundaries, my
You
darlings.
definitely have to have boundaries. I think you were touching on a topic that probably is its own tea with teaks, and that's about intentionality, authenticity, and transparency when it comes to being aligned with this energy. But what we
But you
do,
know how you said about not playing other people's gongs is the
yeah,
same thing. You don't want to invite people to collaborate in your moment of connection with the gong in the divine if they are on another
yeah, because it
journey.
won't work out. You could never do a puja. I see we're gonna spin off. You can never do a puja, have different players there if it weren't all in sync, because that would open
Yeah,
all sorts of things. And obviously
yeah,
you're
yeah.
serving the community that's receiving that energy. So 100, but that's a whole, we could do a whole other topic on that, darling.
We could do another 10 teas with Tiik on that subject, but it's very important, my darlings. Love yourself. You are wonderful, and just say no. I say it in my senior gong buffs. If somebody asks you something and you don't want to do it, just say no.
And one of my beautiful soul sisters says, the no is final. Come on. So, yeah, absolutely. So, darling, people could just DM you. You can do some one-to-one
Yeah,
sessions.
I'm very available, as in, like, I'm very contactable. I'm very, you know,
You're
what do
free
you call
to have
this?
conversations.
I'm friendly.
Yes, I would agree.
Don't be scared. I'll reply to you as long as you're respectful and contact me for genuine reasons. I will talk back to you. If you are rude or something, then no.
No, well, we're not even attracting that type of energy anyway. So,
Yes.
elevated frequencies, elevated intentions, and but if people are truly wanting to journey into the gong, then you're definitely a phase for people to do that with, because the lineage is there, the history is there, and you're very passionate about it. So you know me, I'm always excited for things that you are doing. Before I let you leave me, though, I have to ask you, I know I asked you this question before, but it's just the staple tea with teaks question, and it goes with, what makes you wonderfully weird? Because I made a brand called Wonderfully Weird based
Mm.
of growing up, and then people say, "Oh, that's weird, that's weird." And it's about you being your unique, beautiful self. So, Joe, before you leave me, what makes you wonderfully weird?
I'm the gong lady, don't you remember?
Stop.
Don't you remember? I have a house full of gongs and crystals and, drums and, I literally live in a temple.
You
It's like a
do.
live
At
temple.
her house, she
So,
ain't lying. She true. She live in a temple. I
yes,
know.
yes. So, yes, I'm fully committed to my gongster, witchy, connect, being the whatever you call it, the person who works for the most high. Hello, I'm here spreading God consciousness and high frequencies and love, 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 love,
I love
love.
it. Is that gong gonna stand that's behind you? Because you're gonna have to play a little rhythm before we completely end.
Oh, you know what? Let me see if I can plug in this little thing. I have this little thing. I might not hear you. So tell me when I can do it. And I have this little thing.
Oh, do it not show up on the live?
I have this little thing. So when you're ready, if you want me, my chair played the gong. If you want me,
Oh, your
I
chair.
have this little thing which
Uh-huh.
I use. It's a very good thing, actually. I recommend it to anyone who wants to record their gong buffs. It's much better than a microphone. It's
Mhm.
called Polygon. I don't work for them. I don't get any percentages. But it's a very good thing. It helps you for the sound to be better,
Oh,
basically.
interesting. Okay, Joe, you got to send me that link so I can put that out, because I don't know about that
And
little.
you just plug it into your phone. The only problem is that I won't be able to hear you. So
Okay.
just signal to me when you want me to stop playing. Maybe do like this.
Well, you won't be able to see me if your back is to me, Joe.
No, I can see you.
Okay, listen. Here's what I want you to do. I just want you to play something for 30 seconds. So I'm going to ask
Yes.
who's watching to go ahead and just close your eyes and just receive for the next 30 seconds. Joe's going to play the vibrations of one of her beautiful gongs, giving her a moment to connect. Everyone take a deep breath in and exhale. And Joe, the floor is yours. All right, Joe. So, can you hear me now?
Yes.
It-
Could you hear
Yeah.
anything?
So you plug the device in,
Oh
and
no.
and then the sound. I'm going to share this because this is live. The sound sounded at a distance, so it didn't sound like it was very much here. But let me tell you something. My mind's eye, and I know I'm quite hypersensitive to energy anyway, but my mind's eye began to fluctuate in rhythm because I was feeling the frequency. And this is what's so important because, I have individuals come to my sessions that are deaf and they still walk away because it's about the frequency of what it is they're feeling. So as you were playing, even though I didn't hear it as potent that I would if it was whatever happened with the sound, but I felt it in my mind's eye, and then the rhythm magnified across my crown as if
Mm,
it was, like when you're in the sun and the sun sort of can decalcify
mm,
your,
mm,
and it was someone in the comments said same, so they felt the same. So it started to just move across my crown as if it was just opening up, and then I started seeing sacred geometry shapes, and it was just quite powerful to where it then just went into the body, and I was like, okay, wow, and so it's always good to receive as well, even if
mm.
I'm playing.
Oh,
So
I have to work out this thing on live. I think it works a little differently, maybe on a live thing. I'm
when you
still working it out.
but Joe, but it's perfect because it's perfectly imperfect because even though you were saying what you said before you began, the beauty of what I want people to take away is that it's still that much powerful because I could feel the frequencies in my
Mm,
mind's eye. I could feel the
mm.
frequency in my body. I
Mm.
think that that's
Well, the truth of the matter is that really it's much better to receive in person
uh,
simply because it's the frequency that you receive. You don't receive it through your ear, you receive it through your skin. Your skin is the largest organ. So it's that radiation of the frequency that is coming directly in person from the gong. So online is always going to be that much less.
yeah, but the intention, but
Yes, yes,
it,
yes.
but I still felt it. So,
Mm,
it's power in saying your intention, because what we're teaching was about your intention, your connection. And I could feel the word is love. I could feel the love that you have for your gong, and that began to radiate here in my mind's eye. And it's supported in the same way I would say with decalcification, which I think is
mm,
powerful. But
mm,
definitely, if people don't know, they need to know. Come down to your gong bath, come down
mm,
to, well, actually contact you for one-to-ones because you're the woman with the rhythm. And
mm, mm.
we
Well,
can,
I think there's so much energy, because you are so powerful and beautiful. Am I allowed to say that little story of what happened when you came to my house, by the way? Do you remember? With the door opening and closing.
I vaguely, come on, we're gonna finish with that. Come
Tiik
on.
came quickly to my house. That's about how powerful Tiik is as a psychic, connected to the divine. She was sitting in my lounge. I had another friend over, and we were talking about something. And then she went, I can feel the spirit. We have to cleanse the house. And then my door opened, the light went on in the hallway, and then the door like slammed. That never happens in my house. And we looked at each other, and I was like, oh, yeah, that's my ancestors here, feeling your, whatever. And then the door again opened and slammed, and I think the light went off or something. But there was basically like watching some kind of, haunted mansion
Mhm.
situation. But it was like, okay, okay, Tick is in the house
I
dealing with the spirits.
for that, and I do remember saying, Joe, I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna do A, B, and C now. Yeah.
Yeah, she said I have to do some saging, or I can still the remains of whatever, some reminiscence, whatever energy it
Well,
was.
energies that yeah. Well, it was an energy that I didn't care for that energy too much, and I said, you can't be here anymore, basically. So the ancestors, they work with us, right?
Yes, yes,
And they
yes,
move
yes.
when it needs to be moved. And that's the beauty of our authenticity, darling. I love
Yes,
it.
yes,
And I
yes.
love you. So
I
listen,
love you too. I love you so much. And
you're
see you very, very soon. And I'm so happy that Don and Yael were here. And everyone, if you haven't seen the film, go and watch the film. And we are so happy. I'm so happy that Tiik is part of that because this is something that's going to stay forever.
yes,
That film, and it's a beautiful, beautiful arty introduction to sound therapy with some exceptionally special individuals.
absolutely.
So all of us are very, grateful to be in it.
Absolutely. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you, John and Yael. Thank you, Tiik.
Thank you, Dove.
Thank you, everyone.
Yeah. All right.
She
Take
was
care.
so funny. She was like, I don't know how to switch it off. Bye, girls. And it's the X on the top. Just press the X.
I know. All right, darling. I'll see you later. You stay.
Bye.
I can talk some good more things about you. Bye. Oh my goodness, my cheeks hurt. And my cheeks always hurt when it's amazing, beautiful souls, when it's the energy is aligned, when the energy is authentic. It's just joy. I like I like you guys would have witnessed, and I'm not editing nothing, right? Because I got this little thing that I'm doing on YouTube anyway called Unfiltered. I'm not editing anything. I reverted to my inner child, like, oh my God. Listen, that's the energy of joy. That's the energy of love. Okay. This energy of authenticity when you connect with beautiful souls and you haven't seen them in a long time. And it's just that joy that emits. And that's what happened when Don and Yael came onto the screen. I was like, they're really here, especially since I didn't know that they were going to be here earlier in the day or earlier in the week. So what an amazing surprise. And what amazing, beautiful soul Joe is. Joe is an amazing, beautiful soul. She's been that way since the day I met her. Well, in the flesh. And if you don't know, then you need to know, she has Joe Gong free. Please do DM her if you have curiosity about wanting to play the gong, if you want to purchase a gong. And she has loads and loads of amazing, I didn't even show it when she was on a live. Oh my God. But she has amazing, amazing, amazing tools that you can get from her. You would have seen that at the end of the gong, the small gong bath I just asked her to do. She had, I believe, one of her tuning forks, and I'm just going to show you guys this bad baby. I had this right next to me. I meant to bring this out when she was there, but she also sells these, okay? And she's a beautiful soul. She gifted me this some time ago, and I just love her for it. And everyone that gets to feel the frequency of this loves her too. But definitely connect, sugar dumplings. Definitely get outside, connect to your inner self, and then if you feel like the gong is calling you, then sugar dumpling, wait no further. Tap in. Joe Gong Free, one of my beautiful soul sisters. Have a beautiful, blessed day, you guys, and I'll catch you real soon. We're going to put this out on YouTube because wasn't it special just to see Donna? Yeah. Joe and I are amazing souls, but when you're blessed with the pioneer himself to show up, you're like, all right, all right. All right, all right. Take care, y'all. I share y'all.